Welcome into the latest edition of Extra Time. Thank you as always for your tweets. Ali with us in the studio. I didn't get to bring this up on the show, Shaka, but thank you very much for dressing up today. Much appreciated. Goodness me.
Yeah,
This is a new thing.
Oh, yeah? Oh,
Red, white, and black hoodies.
Yeah, exactly. Who told you that? Florentino Perez, I imagine, yes? Down with the king.
By the way, it's not like he has to go very far to actually put something.
I know he's at home, just put on the shirt.
Just go to the closet.
Hey, Stephen, meanwhile, back from vacation. How was your holiday, Stephen?
Oh, very relaxing, thank you, Daniel.
Oh, you deserve
They
it.
called you darling there.
Oh,
I did.
wow. What a holiday it was.
Very relaxing.
Here we go then. A lot of questions. We got to mention Kaká's birthday, 39 today. The reason we mention it is because Shaka loves him.
I mean, the love is passionate.
Oh, there's a big man crush.
It's real.
See, Shaq dressed up for that.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Look at him. Look, Shaka can't stop smiling.
Yeah.
Oh, dear. Simpler times. Couldn't do that now.
No.
You had more hair.
No.
Yeah, I can't do that either.
That's gone. Right. Here we go. Right, first one. Stevie, can you apologise to PSG fans because you said every team should be begging to play them before the Champions League quarter-final draw was made? Wow. Silence.
No. Why should have done? Because it was the truth. The fact that it turned out not quite what I thought it would doesn't mean that I wasn't correct in what I said. What I think most teams would have had no problem playing PSG.
I was right. That's what were you hearing there? I was right.
The fact that I was wrong doesn't mean that I was wrong.
No, I am right and I'm
not
sticking
often
to
wrong,
it.
right?
Yep.
I was right again.
Yes. Stevie, is there any scenario where you would support something akin to the European Super League for Liverpool? This is something that happened while you were on holiday, Stevie.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. No. I mean, you talk about killing the rest of football. You know what? When I was going through it all, you know what it reminded me of? Disney's The Lion King.
Oh.
All the big greedy ones at the top, and they get everything and they kill everything off. That's exactly what crossed my mind. The Lion King.
So Scar. You're thinking about Scar.
Yeah.
The
there you go.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
And
It just happens there's a bunch of them. Not just one guy. There's a bunch of them.
Oh, what a lovely
And then
reference. I haven't heard that.
your little Tottenhams and your Arsenals.
Yeah.
Or your hyenas.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow. Hakuna Matata. Woo! Okay. Stevie,
a wonderful phrase.
Stevie, how many throwing coaches could the Super League clubs afford with the additional revenue?
We could have one for each player, can you?
Yes. Lots of practicing.
One for each player.
Jules,
Covering your bases.
Jules mentioned that Mourinho was done as a club manager. Shaka, do you agree? He has not been successful recently, but not every manager wins a cup every year.
Yeah, I still think somebody may just be willing to take a chance at Jose Mourinho. I think the question is if Jose Mourinho sees himself at that club. He, understandably, he only sees himself as a big club manager, given what he's won. Maybe one of the Italian clubs might take a chance on Jose Mourinho. I'm not sure who else does, in all honesty.
What do you think, Stevie?
I think the Turkish clubs, Galatasaray, for example, one of the big Turkish teams, because he would go there and win all the trophies in that particular country, and then he would try and do something with them in the Champions League. That would be the only place. I don't see him going to Italy.
Shaka, if you were the keeper for Juventus, now this is going back to the game yesterday where Ronaldo, of course, ducked out of the wall when Parma scored. If you're a keeper for Juventus and Ronaldo ducked and hit his head like he did yesterday to cost you a goal, what would you do? Would you chastise him even though he's a legend, or would you let it go?
No, you have to chastise him. I had this. It's a slightly different level here, but I had exactly the same exchange with Paulo Di Canio at West Ham one time, which Don and I were talking about a few weeks ago, where he didn't come into the wall, even though he was one who was supposed to be there. We were away to Birmingham City. Birmingham scored, and you know, we had quite an exchange, let's just call it that, in the dressing room at half time. You have to be prepared to call out big players if they don't do the jobs that's asked of them.
Stevie, your time at Liverpool, we know the boot room staff. Like, how would they have reacted if someone ducked out of the wall?
Oh, listen, even if it was Kenny, he would have got an absolute mouthful. And by the way, you know, we're saying that, and Shaka's talking about pulling out Paulo Di Canio. So, am I going to take from that the last time that Ronaldo was involved in a shambles of a wall, he was part of a wall in the Champions League, they got them knocked out of the Champions League, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So what, number one, what is he still doing in it? And clearly, if anything was said, it's gone straight in there and straight out the other one.
By the way, it was Gigi Buffon in goal. So if anybody has equity for Juventus to go like Cristiano Ronaldo and say, do your job, bruh, it should be Gigi Buffon. And yet he didn't seem to call out Ronaldo, nor did it seem to matter. But I have to say, if you're a goalkeeper and you see this happen in front of you, regardless of who it is, you have to say something.
With Zlatan renewing his contract, Stevie, how many more years do you see him playing? He signed a one-year deal with Milan. Today he turns 40 in October.
Well, I'll be honest with you. I didn't think he would play more than 15 games or something like that this year at 39. And he certainly proved me and a lot of other people wrong.
Mostly you.
You know, well, yeah, especially me. Fair enough, all right.
So is that an admission of him being wrong?
And his game's not on having to move around an awful lot. His game's all about being involved in the build-up, being the target man, and being in the right place in the box. And to do that, you can get away with that using your brains. And he's got plenty of football brains, may not have the legs he used to. So, listen, it wouldn't shock me if he got another year after this year.
Mark Donaldson, of course, calls the game in the US here on ESPN, and he makes reference pretty much every Milan game, Stevie, to the fact that you said it was just a PR exercise.
Well, listen, let's be honest, right? If you're pinning your hopes on a 39-year-old that's had a major knee surgery, okay, he's come back, he's played in the MLS for what, 12 months, was it? If you can't honestly, nobody with any rationale could have turned around and said, you know what, this guy is going to transform AC Milan. Because that's what he did. He transformed them. But nobody in the right mind said that.
Mark said that he did. Mark said that he said it at the time. He said it was a good idea.
Yeah, hey. Yeah, he can't remember what he said 5 seconds after he said it. So don't listen to him.
Let me tell you something. Dan, the one thing we've learned this extra time
Shaka.
is even when Stevie's wrong, he's right.
That's what we're learning here. Why are you so short, Shaq? You all right? Right down there? I like it.
You mean raise my chair up? Because my chair up. How's that?
There you go.
I like
back.
He's back, now Stevie.
You wanted to see more of my jumper, that's what it is.
Hey, maybe we can make my hands bigger in this scenario.
No, we can't.
Stevie,
jump on them.
Stevie, what do you think of potentially having Celtic and Rangers play in the Premier League?
I'll tell you what, isn't it brilliant? Hey, somebody asked me this earlier on today.
Oh.
So every man and his dog has been complaining about all these so-called big-name teams disappearing and absolutely burying the teams in their league and in their country. So, is that not what Celtic and Rangers would be doing? They'd be absolutely burying the rest of Scottish football. Now, it's not far off there anyway, but if they left, you talk about hitting somebody when they're down. So, no, not happening.
Why do so many big-time strikers,
It shouldn't happen.
Okay. Last word on that, Stevie?
He was on vacation. He's just kind of getting back into it.
Why do so many big-time strikers have a hard time settling in at Chelsea, Ali? Torres, Morata, Shevchenko, Higuain, Werner. Only Drogba has actually been able to produce in the last 20 years.
Okay, well, first of all, of the list there that you're talking about, Drogba was at his best at Chelsea.
Yep.
At the top of his career. Some of those other names that you just mentioned were on the back end of their career. Shevchenko was never what he was in Milan. Torres was coming off an injury and was never really what he was at Liverpool. So every case is different. And I suppose that you also have to say that the teams that Drogba was playing on with Chelsea were better than the teams that are currently a part of what these strikers that we're talking about. Every case is different, but the struggles of Timo Werner have to do with a lack of confidence. And really, that's the one thing that's a common ground for all those guys. Torres, lack of confidence. A guy like Shevchenko, lack of confidence, lack of playing time. And that common denominator goes across all of those guys. But still, I just really think that Drogba was the only one of those names that was at his very best at Chelsea in the prime years of his career.
I just remembered a conversation we had yesterday on Extra Time about Steve Nicol and his footwear during matches.
Yes.
Because you said that it was the first time that you'd seen a coach wear football boots, soccer cleats on the sidelines, Stevie. Why did you choose that particular apparel?
Well, that was where I was brought up. That's what all the coaches did. Ayr United, when I started, on game day, all the coaches got changed into the tracksuits and had their boots on. It was the same at Liverpool, pretty much. So I just felt normal to me.
It's a little odd.
It was odd?
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, when you haven't grown up with this, and then you see the coach in full-on soccer, she's just like, hey, is he ready to go? Is he coming on the field? What's happening? What's happening?
Yeah, but look at. I mean, when I grew up watching South American managers, right, they'd be sat on the side with a pair of shorts on, with a t-shirt, the shirt open to the navel, and sitting like that, swatting a cigarette, like that during the game. I was like, what's going on here?
That too was weird.
It's the same thing.
That's all right. In that same conversation, by the way, I thought of it on the way home. It's like Siggy Schmidt, my guy.
Yes.
Right. He had this scarf with the Columbus Crew that I'm guessing he got from one of the supporters groups, and it would be 100 degrees in Dallas, and he'd be wearing this scarf.
Oh.
And somebody better be washing that scarf. I'll tell you what. I never quite understood it, other than it was good luck. It was superstitious. Nothing else.
Shaka, when you were on the bench, did you wear your goalkeeping gloves, ready to go?
What? He's hardly ready to go right now.
No, I did not.
Oh, that's a shame.
You leave your gloves, your shin guards off. You put them on when it's time.
Oh no. After seeing the backlash from these ugly new Italy away kits for the Euros on Twitter, what's the ugliest kit you've ever worn in your career? Shaka, you've had some beauties, but you seem to love them all.
They were special, Dan.
Yeah.
That's the best way to describe them all.
You got
they were special.
Socks made from them, the whole shebang.
Yeah. I'll wear those next show, Dan.
Oh, I can't wait. When are we together? Sunday? What a moment that'll be. Stevie, ugliest kit?
I think it was one at Notts County, but it was like a multicoloured thing. It was awful. It was just... I think somebody chucked a few pots of paint at it and just splattered it.
Oh.
Wow.
Rotten.
God, Steve, that's made you quite miserable. Wow. Don't let it get to you.
I was just thinking of Notts County makes you miserable. What a mistake that was. I went for the Premier League to the 3rd Division in about 3 months.
Oh wow! At least at least it hasn't scarred you. At least you're over it.
The good thing, you let it go.
My wages got cut in half. I thought it was a good move for the future.
Right.
I never got the manager's job that I thought I was going to get.
Good.
But other than that, it was a good move.
This holiday really has refreshed you.
Yeah. Kids were fighting at school to begin with.
That's all right. When he became a coach in England, when he came a coach.
Eleanor didn't like the house. We had to put stuff in storage because the house wasn't big enough for the stuff.
Oh dear.
I mean, we had just a great time.
How long were you there for?
The dog got out. There was a main road right next to the house. Dog got out, was running up the main road. I mean, you name it. The whole thing just went wrong.
Wow.
I nearly died. Hey, I nearly died. There you go. I nearly died.
Was that in the pond? Was that the frozen pond incident?
That was the pond. That was when I was at Nottingham.
God.
Oh my God.
Oh,
seriously.
Ali, worst kits? Not worst experience in life, which we seem to have gone down.
Yes. Our opening day uniform with the Philadelphia Union, we were an expansion team at the time.
Yeah.
And this thing must have been like a ochre color.
A what?
Ochre.
What's ochre? Like wood?
What's that?
No, it's like a golden type looking thing.
Really?
And let's just say that this is sort of like off gold color.
So it sounds a bit.
It sounds like a bunch of number 2s running around.
Lovely.
Yeah, that's what we look like.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, there's something we could say about that, the team's performance. But we
lost. We lost, by the way. Yes, we did.
Final tweet. What were your favourite and least favourite drills in training? You didn't really train, did you, Shaka, as a goalkeeper? Just jump around a bit.
We're the hardest trainers at the club, Dan.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
Up, down, left, right, that's it.
We did it all.
Yeah.
We ran, we dived, we did everything.
What was your favourite drill?
I don't know, Dan.
Oh my God!
I know it was. I know it wasn't getting lobbed because we all hate that goalies.
What was your least favourite drill then, Shaka?
Showing up.
Running.
Running?
Running was terrible.
Yeah.
only one at West Ham. At West Ham, we had John Hartson, who I'm sure Stevie at the very least would remember. He was the only player I was able to beat in the running with any consistency.
Wow, yeah, he's a big boy.
Good old Johnny Hartson. He could score though. Could score
He's a big
goal,
lad.
but I could beat him in the running, so I was happy. I was happy then.
Stevie, your favourite, least favourite drill?
Oh, shooting.
Shooting's
easy pace, fantastic. Of course, you want to shoot at the goalie, don't you? Beat him and hit the net. Least favourite, 100% was Scotland running round cones as a warm-up that were about a yard apart.
Right.
I mean, it was stupid. There was that many of them were falling over them. Hated it. It used to drive me insane.
I thought it would have been something at Nottingham, so that's a positive.
Hey, step forward. Step forward. We're getting better. Getting better every day.
I tell you what, here's what. We did a drill at Nottingham, honestly.
Oh, no wonder I bring it up.
This was when the new manager came in, right? So he picked 2 teams, so there was like 10 in each team. So you had the number, you paired off with the other guy in the other team. And he put the ball in the centre circle, and everybody was to stand 10, 15 yards either side. And he said, right, when I call your number, who wants to win it? Oh. I'm like, oh dear, oh dear. I'll tell you what, the treatment room was jam-packed that lunchtime. And of course, I used my brain. I made sure I got the soft lad on the other side who I knew would jump out the way.
Right.
So I was all right, but some of these other guys were like raging bulls, ready to go, and he'd blow the whistle. They'll smash each other. Oh, it was like mental.
Oh, sounds productive. Ali, what was your least favourite drill?
Well, running was never great at any point, but I think what made it worse is that as you get older, you know very well what the times are that you have to make, and your body now is to the point to where if you got to make it by 3 minutes, 2:58, 2:59, you're crossing the line, right? But then you got heroes, right? These kids that are running around, oh yeah, we're gonna go as fast as possible and this is gonna be awesome because we're gonna impress the coach and you're gonna play because of that. You're not gonna play because you're terrible. That's the reason you're not gonna play, not because you can run fast in this drill. Of course, I've let that go quite nicely.
Yes, clearly.
In terms of the favorite drill, small-sided games. Love that.
Yes.
Love small-sided games. 5v5, those were great.
Did you not get a hold of the kids? Because that happened to me. As soon as I went to Liverpool, Phil Thompson, I was in his group. Same thing, I was like, I couldn't wait to get going. You could see the steam coming out my nose before he even blew the whistle. And he just turned around to me and said, right, he said, by the way, here's what you do. He said, you get right behind me and you stay there and you keep your eyes on my calves and don't move them off my calves. I was like, yes, Mr. Thompson.
Stevie, did you punish players in training when you were at the Revs? When they annoyed you, did you put them through particularly difficult drills?
No.
No. Nice.
No. No.
Nice.
Yeah, that's stupid. Coaches that do that are just meatheads.
Right.
What makes you think that punishing somebody by just making them or everybody else run even more? That makes no sense whatsoever. What kind of lesson? What lesson is that teaching anybody? That's just being a bully. I never did any of that nonsense.
That is it. That brings us to the end of today's Extra Time. Thank you as always for your tweets. Much appreciated. We'll be back tomorrow for more. Sebi in the studio with Craig.
Was it a good vacation or not?
I think it was average.
Oh, okay. All right.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.